All right, let's see if it's working. Are we working or no? Here we are. We're back. Okay. Are we back or are we frozen? Okay, we're back. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I probably should have restarted my computer before, just because it's been handling so much, such as working on my movie and editing videos and other YouTube videos and Photoshop and all that. So I probably should have restarted it, but I didn't. So I will try to take off where I left off here. So I probably lost a lot of people here that was on, but Linda's back. Probably, I don't even know what I was saying. I don't even know what the last thing you guys heard were until I realized I was frozen. And there was nothing I can do this time, because normally I can unfreeze the camera, but it was the entire thing, so I had to restart my computer. I had to, press the button for a few seconds just to restart everything because I couldn't move. Everything froze. But I think we were talking about horror movies, but I don't know if it was just any horror movies or Christmas horror movies. So I was just like giving my recommendations on everything. I think Laura was asking me that. So yeah, some of us are back. I don't know. I don't know what else to talk to. I don't know who's still here or what we were talking about. Just that we were talking about horror movies. What a rude interruption, too, You were watching A Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know if this is unpopular opinion, but I never liked that movie. I always hated that movie. You're tired? Yeah. I fell asleep at my brother's house for, I don't even know, maybe 10 minutes. It felt like more, but I haven't, like I said, I haven't been able to sleep, so I'm like sleeping for like an hour or two and then waking up. But I started watching a movie that I had never heard of before, and I can try to, I already forgot what the name of it was. Actually, if you have the name of it, Linda, I shared it with her. It was on YouTube for free. It was a 1984 Christmas movie that I had never heard of, but a lot of people were saying it was really good. So I started watching, and I still have about an hour to go. Which, if I don't watch it tonight, I probably won't watch it until next year, because I don't like watching Christmas movies after Christmas. Just like, The Grinch was just on. I watched A Christmas Carol, Jim Carrey one. It was like an animated, kind of like a Pixar one. It wasn't that bad. I tried to watch as many Christmas movies as I could this season, but I didn't watch a movie every night. Just a couple times a week. I did watch Home Alone. My favorite is It's a Wonderful Life. I watched that. That was the last one that I did watch. I watched The Polar Express, Christmas Vacation. The Truman Show was really good. I've only seen it once. I'd like to go back and see it again. Truman Show. But he's also in the number 23. Poor Things? Yeah, it came upon a midnight clear. I keep forgetting the name of that, but that was the name of the movie that I was watching with Mickey Rooney. Christopher Cooney, the vegan zombie, just went. Thank you for the announcement, Parth. Oh, Holly, then by all means, celebrate. Have a great festive time with you and your family. I bet you're playing music and eating food. I must say that we had Christmas this year at my brother's house. We normally do it at my parents', but we went over to my brother Pat's, and we had, my parents were there, and my aunt and my uncle, and everything was vegan, which is awesome. I love that. I love it when everything's vegan. So my brother made rolls and potatoes, and he made like a sweet potato shepherd's pie that was really good, and his wife Steph made some green bean casserole. I'm always afraid to eat that. I never liked green bean casserole. What else? We had tofurkey and gardine. And I think they had dessert after I left. I can't really stay out anywhere for any long period of time because, as most of you know, Indy needs me. He can't walk, so I don't like to leave him for too long. A few hours is good, but I can't stay away for too long. Vegan cupcakes, that sounds good. Yeah, I could have. I should have grabbed dessert to go, but I didn't even see it. I didn't even like lay my eyes on it. They didn't even bring it out. But that was okay. I felt like I was so full, but I only ate one plate. Well, one in like a quarter of a plate. I had a couple like seconds on like a little bit more corn and the shepherd's pie, and what else did I have? And that's it. Why don't I do a pasta sauce recipe? We have one from scratch. We have pretty much everything on this channel as far as recipes go. But I feel like I have to move on to something else, you know? It doesn't seem like the recipe videos work anymore on the channel, if that's what I mean. So I got to do other kind of videos other than that. So I'm still trying to figure it out, what people want to see. Because I feel like it's not worth my time just doing a recipe video when like YouTube is so saturated with recipe videos, and it's like I've got, 176,000 followers, subscribers, and I get 1,000 views. Like that's less than 0.5%. So I just think there's so many. It's so saturated with like vegan cooking shows now that I just don't think it works anymore. So I got to come up with something more creative than just a recipe, because as we know, it's not working. So I know it sucks because like I try to do a little bit of everything that people. I know there's people that love, the recipe videos, but then again, they're just not working. The numbers like say it all, and it's just, I don't know. Controversy gets views. Maybe I could do a recipe video as I'm throwing the recipe at somebody. How many views do I need to get every month? Well, I mean, that all depends, but it does translate to, I mean, you guys do know I do this for a living. Like there was a point when I quit my other job to do this for a living, and I was making enough to do this for a living. So therefore I was putting all my time into making these videos, and that was what I did full time. And then that turned into like, other things. And then all of a sudden they just like, boom, 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 boom. They just dropped. I mean, this is stuff that like a lot of people don't they don't normally talk about. So I haven't really talked about it too much, but that's what's happened, and it's not. So now I'm still doing this. This is what I do, but it's like incredibly hard to stay afloat when I don't want to give up on it because like it's like this is what this is what I work so hard to be able to do, and now it's like not really working anymore. So yeah, you do need to get a certain amount of views, and when you see that my channel used to get a lot more of and now it's just like dropped down to almost nothing. It's not you guys. It's that the algorithm's not taking off, which translates to maybe my videos just aren't good enough, or they just don't have the viewers that want to see my videos. It's not being, because normally when you put out a video and people like see it right away and they're like, oh yeah, and then they like it, they share it, they comment on it, then it shows it to more people, and the more people that do that, the more it shows it to, and that's how they kind of take off. When that doesn't happen, the algorithm thinks like this is like a dud, so they're not gonna share it anymore. So nobody's gonna like really see it, want to watch it. So it's probably partly my fault because the video has to be good, but also the thumbnail has to be really. So it's really tricky. Not only does the thumbnail have to be good and capture your attention, but you also have to. It also has to be like named. Like if you saw like a really good thumbnail, but it's not named something that captures your attention, you might not want to watch it because there's thousands of other videos you might want to watch, and that one just didn't do it for you. So now maybe only like you guys are watching, only the people that know my channel, that watch my channel, that support me, like, every week, you guys are going to be the ones that watch it, but nobody else is going to do that. So you just got to be very creative and figure out what you're going to label something, what you're going to, name it, and what it's going to look like. That'll get, and then the first 10 or 15 seconds have to like get your attention. And then after that, if they stay after that, then you're usually pretty good. Me and Craig do a lot of collabs and stuff, and me and John just did a video together like last month, and that was the last video that I posted other than the cookie one that I just posted. So well, I am on multiple platforms. So it's weird because like, on the same video, I mean, I've got like over 100,000 followers on like all my platforms. So I'll put a video out on this, and like I said, I got like the last video, it was like a dud. It got 1,000 views. That's embarrassing. That's not very good. It's like less than 0.5% of my followers saw that. And not only did I post it like that, but I also promoted it extensively on my Instagram account. And on Instagram, I've got like 140,000 followers, and I made a story out of it, and I made a post about it, and I linked it, and I tried to get people, hey, go check out the new video. It's got me and Craig in it. Christmas party at Craig's and family photo shoot. Still nothing. So that gets very discouraging when stuff like that happens. So it's scary, because like what am I gonna do? That's what's in the back of my head. So what I'm hoping for, and I'm just saying this out loud, which I've been saying this for a while now to my close friends, but I'll just say it out loud. What I'm hoping for is, as the movie starts to get closer to being done, I hope I can gather up a lot of hype behind it, because I really want the vegan community to help me really promote this. A vegan horror movie, like a legit horror zombie movie that just happens to also promote veganism. I would hope that would be something that the vegan community would really want to get behind and promote. And I'm just hoping it does well, because we want, veganism to do well. We want it to be seen by other people, be seen by as many people as possible. So this is just a way. I made something that I would want to watch, so I'm going to put it out there. So I'm hoping that we can get a lot of hype up for the movie, and then we can start doing that. And I can start posting movie related things on here. But unfortunately, the last few times I have posted movie related things, like nobody seems to be interested. Like nobody seems to like ask questions about it or really be interested at all. And it's like I get it. Like I see everything that's happening. Like I see the whole thing. I know the whole story in and out. But from your guys' point of view, just because I can't really share, like I can't give it away. I can't like do a big spoiler for it. So I see everybody else's point of view is just like all you hear is like for the last how many years being like, oh, we got a movie. Oh, it's going to be great. Well, and all right, where is it? Like it takes a long time, but I get it. So that's why I'm trying to put together a nice little teaser, not too long. It's like a minute and a half. And I've already got one that I think is really cool. And, I just want to like tighten up a few things on it. And of course I have to post it on Kickstarter first. And I might not post it anywhere else because the Kickstarter people are what made this movie possible. So they are going to get everything. So Kickstarter people, it'll go to them. They'll be able to see it. And then hopefully I'll get some feedback from them. If it's really good feedback, then I at that point I might post it over on my Patreon account, so people there can see it. And then after all that, then after everybody sees it there, then if I get good feedback and I don't need to go back and change anything, then I most likely will put it out for you guys, for the public to see, and probably share it on the movie Instagram account, A44 movie. So. What videos that I like to make that are the most fun? The movies, like my movie, and the videos of kind of like what I made in the reel last night. Like some of those kind of videos are my favorites. Like I don't exactly love making the recipe videos as much as I used to, because you'll see other people say this now, but I said this 13, 14 years ago when I started the channel. So for those of you that know, I created this channel, but John was the face of the channel because I didn't want to be in front of the camera. But I knew I had the perfect vision of what I wanted. And it's harder to do when you're a one-man team. So when it was John in the kitchen, I made the videos in a way that I really strived to capture people's attention so that even if they didn't particularly like the recipe we were going to make, it was hard for them to click off. And the way that I would do that was very different creative camera styles. Like I would start out like, all right, John, you're going to start the video out. I'm going to come up here on the side of you, and I'm going to come right in, right up to your face. And then we're going to stop. I'm going to go over here, come down here. You're going to look down. And so if you watch our videos, he's all over. He's like, hey guys, today we're going to make some mac and cheese, vegan zombie style, like all these different angles. And it was like so much going on. And like, we would have little skits in it too. Like one of them, he runs inside, he says there's zombies out there chasing him. He's got a pot full of like potatoes that he picked in the garden, but zombies are after him. He locks the doors. He's like, that was a close call. And then all of a sudden, next thing you see a camera shot of the table as he smashes them down on the table. He goes, today we're going to make some rosemary mashed taters, or, whatever we made. And I can't do that when it's just me. What I have to rely on when it's just me is a tripod, and then possibly a second, and even maybe sometimes a third camera where I edit each one like that. But I don't have somebody else. And like, I found that it's very difficult because not everybody does this. So like, I've had other people try to help me before, and they just don't get my vision, and like the camera angles are off. They, something like, I think people that just, not everybody knows how to shoot videos and look at framing and look at what's in focus and what's not in focus and what's in the frame. Like all of that goes into play when you're doing it. And I've noticed that now that I can't do the filming like that, and I don't have anybody, I don't, not making the money to be able to pay somebody to come here and do that for me. So it's like, you know, Craig is one person that I know that he gets it. He knows how to do it. And so that's why I do a lot of collabs with Craig. We help each other out. We both know how to make videos. So when I have Craig here, you know, then we'll have a decent video. Like when it's just me, it's like, you know, it's what I have on the tripod, you know. So I try to still, you know, be entertaining and make the best videos I can. But you know, right now my main priority is, you know, getting this movie done, and hopefully other things follow after that. But anyway, that's just me ranting about, you know, things we usually don't talk about in public. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're doing like a little, is it late? No, it's not. It is kind of late. I guess late night Christmas stream, live stream. And I will have videos to put together where you guys can see, for those of you that like to see my family videos, you know, like Katie needs a napkin and all that. She's getting so big now and stuff. But I have a bunch of videos from last night and tonight. I made some killer pizza last night too. You guys got to check that out. I've got another technique to make the pizza that I want to I'll probably do another video. Everybody's like, Chris, you got so many pizza videos. I know I'll try not to do too many, but you know, I do want to eventually someday open up a pizza place when I figure things out. Usually people like the what's vegan videos, like when I go to like Trader Joe's or Target. The only problem is, so Trader Joe's used to be like my best videos, but then the problem is that they don't allow me to film in there, and they know who I am, so they will stop me from filming in there, you know. So that brought that to a standstill. Like all my videos that I used to do at Trader Joe's just went to a standstill there because they're like, you can't do this. You can't film in here. But let's see. Oh, you just came upon this channel. Well, welcome to the channel. This is we've been doing this now for a long time. We're coming upon 15 years. 15 years on the channel. So if you noticed, I wasn't putting out as many videos. Like I was putting out a video like every other day, and then it went down to like once every like 10 or 11 days. And that's completely only because I have been literally spending so much time editing the movie. So, yeah, maybe once I get some feedback on this teaser that I did, maybe I can make an actual YouTube video where I'm talking about what I'm working on, and then at the end of the video show you the teaser. That might be cool. That might work. Yeah, I know. You think they would be happy about the PR, but they don't care. They were very rude about it too. But in my defense, I made sure I would not film any of the customers in the store. Like I'm pretty cognizant of never doing that because, you know, there really is no expectation of privacy in a public place, even though this is a private store. But even so, like, you know, some people don't want to be filmed when they're going grocery shopping. So I completely respect that. And I won't film, like, I won't go through the aisles and start filming people in a store like that. So like, I'll just like basically grab my phone like this and like, I'll pick up like a product, and I'll just like kind of point it down or point it at the shelf where there's no people around, and I'll start like filming it. I'll film the ingredients, film the price, and that's what I'll do. All you wanted for Christmas was a pizza, and I made a bunch of pizzas. I made 2 last night. My brother made 1. Can't you make your own? Cynthia, yes, it's good to see you. I did, and thank you. Yes, thank you. So now I have. So Cynthia sent me some little supplements for Indy because of his, he can't really walk anymore. So I'm going to start giving them, when my other supplements are gone, I'm going to start giving those ones to him and see how they work. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't always get to my P.O. box on a weekly basis. So when I get there, like I find all these goodies that you guys send me, and it's really cool. So thank you so much, Cynthia. Yeah, those were like they were definitely that was like a phase. That was like a really cool time that we did, me and John doing all those videos that we did. We can't really do that like we used to anymore, but we just did one, and we had fun. Like me and John together, our energy, like we just work off each other, and I don't know. I think we're good together. Me and Craig too. But yeah, me and John have been doing this since the beginning. So Hungry Greek Mexican says 51 degrees, raining currently in Chicago. Yeah, it's kind of like that here too. It's pretty warm. It was about 54 today, and when I came home, what is it right now? It's probably like 40, 43 right now. It's not too cold, but Trisha, you never see my girlfriend because I don't have a girlfriend. So that's why you never see her. Aldi are work. I never had a problem with Aldi. Aldi sees me filming and they don't really say anything. And the thing about Aldi is if somebody did say something, I would literally just go to another Aldi not too far away, and I guarantee nobody's going to say something. Or you just wait for the line to get, they're busy with the line. They're not going to say anything. They've never said anything. Target as well. I used to work at Target. I used to be an executive of assets protection. So the policy was you're not supposed to film in Target. And I was supposed to advise people if they started filming, you can't film here in Target. And if they continued, like it was, it's time to kick them out. But I never had a problem with Target. You go with your phone, and here's what I do. Like I'll just use my phone, and this is kind of true to a point. Like especially if I go to Trader Joe's now, like if I pull out my phone, I feel like I get in trouble. You can't even take a picture, but it's like for me, it's like I can't see as good. Well, I mean, I can see fine like this, but for like really small ingredients, I need to wear my reading glasses to see those. So if I can't read an ingredient, and I don't have my reading glasses, I got to take a picture and blow it up. And if I do that, they're going to be like, you're not allowed to do that. I'm like, I'm literally looking at the ingredients here. So that's what I do. That's what, like if somebody, like if I was in Target and I was like just doing a video and somebody said something, I'm like, I'm just looking at the product and then like recording the ingredients. So, and that's another thing. I record the ingredients because I don't always want to. If I think something might be vegan, but I'm not sure, I don't want to buy it. I'll take a picture of it, and then I'll take a picture, and then I'll go home and I'll look up the customer service number. I'll call it. And like I'll look at the ingredients that I might have a question about, or if the customer care number might even be right on the package, and I'll ask them that way, and then I'll know that it's vegan. And in a lot of videos, I've done that to let people know what's vegan, what's not, because that's something that I always wondered as I was, a young vegan back in the day, what's vegan, what's not. Like some of these the ingredients that are like kind of in the gray area, I want to know exactly if they're vegan or not. Like I should be able to know what I'm eating. So I've done a lot of videos like that. I've actually done the work where I've called the company and I've asked things like, what is this? What are these enzymes? What's in this? And I've even gone as far as like, is this sugar processed through bone char or not? Is this palm oil with the RSPO or not? Like I've asked all those kind of questions just to kind of make it easier for people that, care about those things. Merry Christmas, Susan. I did celebrate with my family. Yes, I hung out with most of them yesterday and then all of them today. It was a fun time. $43 in New Jersey, 47 in Chicago, 43 here as well, Nick. Yeah, plant-based versus vegan is the question, and I actually did a video for that, but I never posted it because I feel like my thoughts were kind of like all over the place. I was getting pretty passionate about, so I got to redo that video and just like collect my thoughts when I talk about it. I've talked about it a lot in my live streams, but I need to put out like a video up, plant-based versus vegan, because it's something that like I don't care what other people say. I know what I feel about it, and I want to talk about my opinion on the matter and put it out there, Being a 30-year vegan, like it's something I definitely want to talk about. Chicago is seems to be warmer than upstate New York right now. Oh, Cynthia, so you know what I'm saying. You have cataracts and you have to. I hope I don't have cataracts. I never got them looked at, but now you're scaring me. My arms have been hurting. I haven't been able to get a lot of sleep. And at first, I was looking at all the symptoms, and I was like, "Oh no, do I have Lyme disease?" But now I'm pretty sure that I have I think I have like a pinched nerve in my neck, and it's hurting my shoulders all the way down to my elbows, and I haven't been able to work out, and I can't sleep, and it sucks. And it's been like that for like a month and a half. Yeah, the good old taking a pick and enlarging it. You have the same sweater as I have on? Yeah, I got this a couple years ago. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. We were doing ugly sweater parties over at Craig's. Maybe I got this a few years ago, yeah. And I only had one other one. Tofurkey sent me I really like the one Tofurkey sent me, but it's a little bit too small, so I'd have to lose a little bit of weight to wear that one again. Yeah, that's something. Yeah, definitely. Like when they say plant-based, I always look. If something says plant-based, don't just assume it's vegan. Most of them are, but make sure you're looking, because plant-based is kind of like a buzzword. They have like Jimmy Dean sausages that have like plant-based something in it, and they're like, it's totally not even vegetarian. Also get it. I know my hat doesn't match. I know. I know. I wanted to wear a hat though. Yeah, Craig actually told me to. I've never gone to a chiropractor, and I'm kind of afraid. I don't want him to do that crack thing on my head. See right there when I just did that, my arms just hurt. That's not normal. My arms should not be hurting by doing that. But yeah, I'm afraid to do the crack of the head. But yeah, the armrests are adjustable. It's not. It's believe me, it's not the chair. I don't know. I don't know if it's. I was stretching about a month and a half ago. I was like upstairs. I was in the chair and I was like, and like something like I got like a wicked bad cramp in my neck. I was like, oh man, and I saw something like recently before that where somebody did that, and I think that they gave themselves, like, they pinched their artery, and I think they gave themselves a stroke. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be like the 1 in a billion people that have done that. It's so rare. But I didn't want to be that one person that I'm like, did I just do this? Is this a synchronicity that I just watched something where something like this happened? But I didn't have a stroke, and I think I may have pinched a nerve. Either that, or I've been chopping wood, you know, and like when you chop the wood, there's a lot of vibration that go through your arms when you do that. I don't know if people notice, but I'm wondering if that, I don't know. But I did something, because I'm the kind of person, like, I've been doing push-ups for like over a decade, and dips and stuff, and I've got no problem doing those. Like, I usually do between 150 and 300 push-ups a night. And then I was realizing it started to like hurt to do them. I'm like, why is it hurting? Like, I'm so conditioned to do push-ups. I can do, you know, I could, you know, get down and do a bunch of push-ups with no problem at all. And then dips, like, I'm like, it was really hurting to do them. I'm like, and I'm just pushing through them. I'm like, why is it hurting to do it? And then I realized, like, my arms, like, they were achy in the joints, going down the muscle. And when I pick, like, I could pick something up really light, but if I do it like really fast, even like my phone or something, and I pick it up really fast, it feels like I got punched in the arm like super hard. And that's not normal. And I was waiting. I'm like, well, maybe it'll go away in like a week or two. It's been like a month and a half. So you're 44. Yeah, it's my birthday is in 1 month from today. 1 month, I'm gonna be super old. You know. AJ, the last time I chopped wood, I think I made that video. I made the video on Instagram. So that was about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. Because I was chopping a lot of wood, but I don't really have much wood left there. I don't want to wait too long. I keep doing this with my arms because they say, like, some of these exercises you can do, pulling your shoulders back, and see, I had back surgery before. Some of you know that I had this. It seems like the same problem, but I had the problem in my lower back, and I had sciatica for like 2 years, and I know that's not fun at all, and I don't want like a reoccurrence of something like this. Like, if this is what it is, like, I was talking to my brother-in-law today too, because he actually has the same thing, and he's had it since August, and he's been doing different exercises for it like every day, and he was showing me some of the things that he's done. Super old, really? How dare you? Linda, you know that I'm at least 100 years older than everybody here. You'll be way old December 29th. I know a friend that his birthday is on December 29th. December 29th. So you made it right before the new year. Oh, I'm definitely older than this sweater. My doggy's right there. He came down and sat next to me. The one that can walk. Ziggy. Milk thistle. I can't say that word. Milk thistle. Yeah, I've heard about that. Maybe I'll have to try some of that. Oh. Black seed oil is good too, or the black seed, not oil but powder. I got some of that too. You put it in like a little coffee grinder, grind that up. Dr. Greger talks about that as well. So I try to take that every day as much as I can. You go to the chiropractor. Maybe I will go to a chiropractor. I know Craig wanted to give me the name of his chiropractor. No, I don't. I definitely don't want neck surgery. I didn't even want lower back surgery, but man, if they messed up neck surgery, no way. Oh, you just started reading his book, How Not to Age. Nice. I've got a nice copy of it. Yeah, I know. You got to find a really good chiropractor because they're not all equal, from what I've heard. I've heard good things and I've also heard bad things. I've heard people say that they were more screwed up after they went to a chiropractor, and then I've heard other people say they were like totally good after going to the chiropractor. So, I mean, I guess that's like that with anything, but you just got to find a good one. I can't tell. Am I blurry? Is this camera focusing? I keep moving this back because I feel like it's focusing on this instead of my face, and I'm blurry. But hopefully I'm not. Hopefully I'm not blurry. That's why I move it back, so it's like it's in the same depth as where I am. Valeria, I'm trying to find a good position to sleep in because, okay, I can't sleep on my back. I could never sleep on my back because when I do that, I stop breathing. I have like sleep apnea and I snore. So I used to sleep on my stomach. That was since I was a kid. That was like the most comfortable position for me. But now it's like when I sleep on my stomach, my head gets cramped up from like, being to one side for too long, and then I'll move to the other side and it's just no good. So then I will sleep on my side, sometimes with both legs up, sometimes with one leg down. That's how I used to sleep when I had sciatica too. And lately it starts hurting my shoulder, so I got to find a way to put my shoulder that doesn't hurt. And it's just, I can only sleep for a little while before like something hurts and I wake up, and then I got to turn over to the other side. And I am not blurry. Thank you, Linda. The best cure for aches and pains is time. Well, I guess in time we'll all be dust in the wind. I guess that's kind of a cure. But it wasn't the case for my sciatica. I needed surgery. It wasn't going away. $1080p. Guys, I'll talk to Craig and I'll ask him for his chiropractor name and see if I can go over there and see if I can get anything. Try a side sleeper pillow. A side sleeper. I got a pretty comfortable pillow, but I've got a few. I've got some long pillows. Maybe I could try that. I'll try to figure something. Maybe I'll watch some more videos on how to sleep. Because I have not got any good sleep in the last few days. Which I don't even know why I'm still up right now. I got like no sleep last night. Like 3 hours last night, 2 hours the night before. I did pass out when I got home at around midnight. I passed out trying to edit my video. And then I woke up at 1:30, so that's an hour and a half. And then I finished my video, took the dogs out, and then I'm like, I'm going to bed. I got in bed and I literally laid there until about 8 in the morning. And I'm like, I can't believe this. And then somewhere around there, I passed out, and then I woke up at around almost noon, and then I had to go to my brother's Christmas party, which I was late to. And it wasn't a big deal though, because my other brother wasn't there either. But yeah, I'm getting like no sleep. But I don't mean to complain here on this live stream, so. Eye under bags. I feel like I don't really have the eye under. It's weird. I feel like I had like really bad eye under bags like a few years ago. And right now I feel like I don't have them. Do I have them? Waiting for the delay so I can see if I have them. You know what I use? People ask me what I use on my face. The only thing I put on my face is I got this, because I don't like to put lotion on my face because it's I just don't like the feel of lotion. So I got this. Actually, it's in my. If you go to my link in this video, and I'm not trying to like we'll do one of those like, oh, buy my stuff, but it is there. If you go to my Amazon link, I have this vegan rose water with glycerin, and I spray that after I get out of the shower. I actually do it like a few times a day. It feels good. It's soothing, and I'll just spray it on my face, and it seems to like keep my skin like, I don't know, not dry and healthy. Because I had like on camera for some reason like my face looks so red, but if I look in the mirror it doesn't look like that, and people tell me in person my face doesn't look like that, but on camera it's like, we're gonna make you look as bad as possible, dude. Oh, I had like a vitamin C serum. Was it vitamin C or E? It was one of those serums from, it's called Mad Hippie. And I was using that. I was putting it like on my face, under my eyes. And I thought it was working at first, and it might have been. But I noticed that like my face was like, my cheeks got like super red. Oh, and by the way, my beard, like I shaved it off the other day for you. I had a really big beard going, and I wasn't going to shave it. However, I got the call that we were going to do family portrait, and I was like, I don't really want a big beard in my family portrait, so shaved my beard off my face and grown it back again. I know I said this. I didn't keep true to it, but when I was done with the movie, when I was done filming the movie last year, I told myself that I'm not going to shave my beard until the movie's done. And if that was, my beard would be down to here right now, because I think I grew my beard once for 3 months and it was like down to here. So imagine like over a year, like I would be like Duck Dynasty minus the duck killing. But, I didn't stick to that plan. I got some castor oil. I think it's Jamaican castor oil. I know they're not all the same. Caffeine serums. Like coffee ground scrubs, right? Gomez, you've been using the rose water? Yeah, it's good. There's a link to it here if you guys want to check it out. I've been getting it for about 2 or 3 years now. Whenever my bottle's done, I'll buy another bottle. Sometimes when it's halfway done, I'll put half into another bottle and fill it up with some other water. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know if I need like filtered water or bottled water, but I've done that too to make it go even longer. Ice in my shoulder. Yeah, I don't know, like, cause right now I don't feel any pain. It's like it like comes and goes, like when I'm doing something. And I can't not work out. I still have to work out. So, like for instance, I'll show you this. I can make a muscle like this, and it doesn't really hurt. But if I go out, like if I put my arm out like this, it hurts really bad right in here. So I can make a muscle like this, but I can't. That hurts really bad. I can't do the beaches that I can do it with this arm, but I can't do it with this arm. So I don't know. Daily pumpkin seeds. Oh, for hair growth. Yeah, I was doing everything I could. Like when I was losing, I was losing my hair for last year, and it happened again this year. And I did a whole. I might have to do another video. I did a whole video, showing what I thought it was, and it appears that it might not be that. I think it might be a natural hair dye. It was like herbitant, and my hair's not dyed right now. This is my normal color, but I was putting it in the roots, and I noticed that I started and I didn't think that was it because it was like all natural. And then I did it again. The next time I did it was this year, and like a month or two after I did it, my hair started falling out again, and now it's not falling out anymore. So, you know, I thought it was that teleo alopecia, but I guess that's not what it was. I just ruined it with that stuff. And then I looked into it, and a lot of other people were saying the same thing in the reviews. So, herbitant, don't use it. It's my neck. I really think I didn't, like, I was scared. I thought I had Lyme disease. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? But then, shortly after that, my other friend, I told her about it, and she was a raw vegan for a long time. She knows like a lot of these natural things, and she was like, it might be a pinched nerve. Check these videos out. And I did, and it might be I think it's a pinched nerve now, which is kind of a relief that it's not Lyme disease. Because I did have 2 ticks on me this year. So I was like, oh my God, I got Lyme disease. But I don't think I do. Brazilians use rose water as deodorant. Nice. I could see that. Maybe I'll try that out. You know what I'm talking about, Cynthia. A lot of people, when they say like, people don't understand it until it happens to them. This really sucks. It can feel like a weird, like, just a weird, like, it's not a sharp pain, but it's there, like in my radial, and going down into the elbows and definitely in the shoulders. And it's like just picking up little things. If I pick it up too fast, super, super bad pain. And my neck doesn't really hurt, but it's like, it's kind of uncomfortable. It's definitely uncomfortable. So my question is, like, I don't want to just like make the symptoms go down a little. Like I want this fixed. Like I want my nerve to be unpinched. Is that doable? Like can I get the nerve unpinched without getting surgery? Like by just doing the exercises, or do I just make things more bearable for the rest of my life? Like this sucks, Like I'm somebody that takes care of myself, and I always want to be as healthy as I can. That's why I was so grateful after I got rid of my sciatica, because living with that for 2 years, like I never want to do that again. I'm just going to take a screenshot of that, Jessica, because I want to check those things out. the milk sithal and the andrographis. Myrrh and Galandril. Those sound like names in Lord of the Rings. That sounds pretty cool. I like Lord of the Rings. Castor oil. It just sucks because like I hate having like oils on me, you know, like because then you're like, I can't touch anything. It's like, oh, I hope I don't fall in sand now that I got oil all over me. Flossing the nerve? How am I going to do that? Somebody going to come over here and floss my nerves? Icing? I have a sauna here in the house that I've never used. I'm wondering if I should use that. You had your first full year of no pains, no viruses, no flu, no tiredness for 2023. Everyone else can be cured too. That's awesome. Yeah, I need to knock on wood after I say this just because, but like I've been sick once in the last 6 years. And funnily, I was sick on Christmas Day 2017 for just a day. And then 2 years ago I had COVID. Other than that, I haven't been sick. You know, I've never had the flu. I got a really good immune system. I never get sick. So, knock on wood. Knock on sheetrock. Here's some wood. This is knock on wood. Because I'm a little stitious, you know. You know, I'll go to a chiropractor. The only thing that I'm hesitant, I almost want to say, don't do my neck crack. I don't want you to do that to my neck. I see him do that stuff, and some people are like, oh, that feels amazing. And some people are like, I can't walk anymore. Like, I don't want to be that person. Psychedelics. Yeah, but I'm straight edge, so I don't do any of that. So I got to go a different route. I don't take medicines and stuff. Unless it's like a life or death. Chris, you're going to die. You're going to die right this second if we don't pump you some of this Maui Wowie. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. But yeah, I don't. When I got my surgery, I wouldn't take any of the pain medicine because, well, I wouldn't even take any pain medicine. They tried to give me pain medicine before that, and I was like, I don't want to mask the pain. I want to go to the root cause and fix it. My body's telling me I have a pain for a reason. I will. I'll just so you guys know, I will talk to Craig next time. He has a good chiropractor he told me about. I'll ask him. He also has a masseuse that he wanted me to go to because I had never got a massage, a real one. We went out to California. We got massages at this place that apparently they weren't like licensed massagers, so I don't know what the deal was. It was really weird. And when we left, because I was like, oh my God, this is going to be the best thing. I've heard about massages all my life. And we got in there, and then when I left, I was like, and Craig's like, dude, that was not a real massage. Like, you got to go to my masseuse. Like, you'll get a real, so I got to go there. He's a good dude. He gave me a gift certificate to go to that. So I got to use that gift certificate, go get a massage. And then I'll also I'll go to his chiropractor. Time to shroom up now. Yes, and Anja or Anna. No, I've never had a real massage. Like the closest was going to that place that me and Craig went to when we were in California earlier this year, back in March. Man, time flies. I feel like that was not too long ago. And it's like, here we are at the end of the year. Did this year really go by that fast for everybody else? Because for me, It just flew right by. Reflexology. That's a massage for pain. Just so I don't forget it. Another screenshot. You know, I have a friend that does Reiki, and she used to give me Reiki when she would, she had like a little, like the table and everything. It was very relaxing. That was like 8, 9, 10 years ago, though. That was a while back. Everybody talking about massages in here. Now I want one. Well, how long have we been on this live stream? This is part 2. I got to do the part 1 of 2. I got to rename the other one part 1 of 2. Over an hour. Yeah, I was only going to do a quick one. What time is it anyway? It's almost midnight. Well, it's 4:20 there, and it's 11. Oh, so you must be over in the UK? Over there somewhere in Europe, right? Iceland, maybe? Scotland, UK? No, Indy should be good. I took him out. I fed him. All that good stuff before we went online. But I will go up there anyway. I'm tired, so I probably should go to sleep. At least go lay down and rest. I'm kind of hungry again, though. I love you guys. That's why. Yep. I do have a problem. Like I was like, I'm gonna do a live stream. I'm only gonna be on for like an hour. Gonna be real short. And then there I am, like 3 hours later. I'm like, oh, and then and as I walked up the door and I knocked on and my friend that I haven't seen in 17 years came to the door and I just started talking. You know, it's really a weird concept. Who would have thought? You know, when we were kids, like when I was a kid back in the 80s, you know, like that someday I'd be talking to a camera over a computer screen for hours as people talked back, as people wrote back and I talked. Hug some pillows, yeah. I hope I get some, I hope I can sleep tonight. I got to finish watching that movie too. Got Anarchy in the UK on actually. Count some sheep. I normally start thinking of other things when I start trying to go to sleep, like crazy things that could be turned into like a movie or something. Or I start thinking about my worst fears. I don't know why, but I start thinking about my worst fears. So I'll get comfortable in my bed and I'll lay there and then I'll be thinking like, okay, now picture yourself in a deep, dark cave underwater and your air tank is almost out and you're stuck. Because those are the most horrifying videos, the horrifying things that people can do that people actually really do. And I'm really claustrophobic. Now what are you going to do? It's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Those are the kind of things I think of before I go to sleep. Because I know I'm not, I think of my worst fears. It's crazy. Does anybody else do that, or am I just weird? What's the name of the movie? Linda, what's the name of the movie again? I keep forgetting it. It came upon a midnight clear. Is that what it's called? It came upon a midnight clear. Na, na, na. I don't. Mickey Rooney. It's a movie from 1984. And Linda was telling me the kid from that movie is in. What's the name of the show that he's in? Orville or something? Scott Grimes. The caver that got stuck and couldn't be extracted haunts you to that day. You're probably talking about John Jones, and I'm not talking about the fighter. I'm talking about the dude that got stuck out in Utah. I think it was Utah. And it was like a Thanksgiving at his family, and they went out in the cave, and he went down the wrong one, and he got stuck, and he's still there to this day. His body is, at least. That would be a whole other YouTube channel talking about like crazy ways. Like, yeah, I've seen some really crazy. Ugh. Those kids that were stuck in the cave in Thailand, like just knowing what they had to go do to get out. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to. I couldn't even sit in an MRI, in an MRI. I couldn't get an MRI, is what I'm trying to say. It was too claustrophobic. I couldn't do it. I ended up having to. Do you want? Here's the story. I was supposed to get an MRI for my sciatica back before I got surgery. So my appointment, I went to the appointment. They told me that as I walked in, because I Googled like MRI machines before I went there, and I saw like a picture of, the TV show House with Hugh Laurie. And I saw the MRI, and it was like really big. I'm like, oh, no problem at all. But they probably dramatized that stuff for the movies, for the TV. So when I walked into the real one, it was this little tiny thing. And I'm super claustrophobic. And I looked at it, and I was like, I got a panic and fear right by looking at it. They're like, oh, go take your clothes and put them in the locker and make sure you don't have anything on you, no metal, nothing, and then put this gown on. So like I went in the other room, and my heart starts to go, and I put this gown on, and I come back in there, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, I guess I could do this if I go in feet first, no problem. So she's like, okay, you got to lay on this head first. I'm like, can I just turn around and go feet first? She's like, no, you got to go head first. And when she said that, I was like, started to panic, and I laid down on it, and then she put the headphones on me. She goes, we'll be able to hear everything you say, and you'll be able to hear everything we say. And I'm like, okay. And like right there, I was like, I knew I couldn't do it. And like it goes, and then like I started going in, and as I started to get past like about maybe here where I couldn't see like anything out there, like, and I was all the way in it, I was like, I started to panic, and like I could not do it. And she's like, okay, can you hear me? I'm like, oh no, I said, can you hear me? And she's like, yep, we can hear you. I'm like, I can't do this. And then all of a sudden, I started, they're like, okay, go get dressed, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I ended up having to do an open MRI, an open MRI. And that one was even claustrophobic. But the way I did that one was I was on ground floor, and there was a window, and there was like, I don't know where, like it was like next to a playground. So there was a bunch of kids on a playground, and I just looked at the playground, and I just pretended I was outside in open air, and I didn't have this thing that was like, that came right down on top of me, and it was still pretty claustrophobic. Chris talks phobias. Yep, sorry. The nurse who got crushed. I know there's so many crazy, or yeah, I can't talk. I've watched so many. I'm the kind of person that if it's like, like you watch like a video and it's like, we can't show you this, but you could look it up. But I'm telling you right now, don't look this up. You do not want to see this. And I'm over here like, oh, that's why they didn't want us to see it. You know, like that's, I don't know. There's just, I can't not. And the other day I saw like the worst of the worst. I'm not even gonna say what it was or what and anything. It was just, probably shouldn't have watched it, but I did. And then when I do it, then I'm like, we are so fragile. Like, I'm just not gonna step out of the house ever again. But then I forget about it like an hour later or a day later. What's the sciatica surgery consist? Okay, so for me, I had a microdiscectomy. And so basically they cut about that long of an incision on the bottom of my back, right where my spine is, and then they come in, they move the muscle away. And so for me, my disc was bulging out from the vertebrae. It was bulging out and it was putting pressure on my sciatic nerve. So the harder it pushes on it, the further down your leg you're going to feel sciatica. Most people can get rid of that within like a week or two by doing different exercises. I had the worst of the worst. My pain went all the way down to my heel, which means it was really pushing on it pretty hard. And I don't know what that was from. It could have been years of skateboarding and falling, because I skateboarded every day. I fell, all kinds of things. I don't know. But it was the worst of the worst. And I was in a lot of pain. And when I say this, I'm not exaggerating. I was in pain every second of every minute of every hour of every day for 2 years. There wasn't a single moment that I did not have pain. And I started to feel like my quality of life was like that of somebody like in their late 70s, 80s. I was like, I was in my 30s. I was like, I can't live like this. Like there's no way. Like this sucks. So I'm not somebody that likes medicine, and I don't like surgeries. I had never had a surgery before. I was afraid to get it. But I reluctantly went and got the surgery, and it was probably the best decision, my second best decision I ever made. The first one was going vegan. Second one was getting that surgery because I was instantly no more pain. And so they go in and they, for me, they move the nerve away, and then they cut that little piece of the disc that's bulging. They cut it off so it's no longer, bulging over there. And now they said that I should be good. There's a possibility it'll bulge out again. And if that happened, they give me the surgery one more time. And if it happened another time, they said they'd have to fuse my vertebrae together, which I didn't want because I'd be a little bit less mobile, a little bit less flexible. And I'm lucky that it hasn't come back. And that was the surgery I got was February of 2011. So since then, I've been fine ever since. And my surgery went well. Like it was a great success, because I remember going home and I laid down in my bed on my back with both of my legs straight, which I couldn't do before. I couldn't lay down because it was my right leg. I couldn't lay down like that with my leg straight without feeling that pain, that just radiating pain that just never went away. And, some nights I would like fall out of my bed and just curl up and try to get any kind of, I was like almost in tears, just like trying to get some relief. That's how bad it hurt. But anyway, I laid there, no pain. And I remember just looking up at the ceiling and I just started laughing. I was just like, oh my God, this is like, I'm not in pain. So that was pretty good experience, And I don't know if I can tell anybody else that it would be the same for them, but for my experience, it was definitely, I'm glad I did it. Sleep paralysis, I see Stacy McCann talking about that. I've definitely had some experiences with that, and I can tell you that was probably the most terrifying thing I had ever experienced when it first happened. Yeah, I talked about that in a lot of my live streams too. But yeah, if you've never had that happen, you probably don't know what we're talking about. But if you did, it's probably it brought me down. I was an adult, and it brought my psyche down to like that of a little kid that just wanted to jump in their parents' bed with them and be like, "Save me," you know, like that's how scary it was. It was, and I'm a person that loves horror and being scared. That was on another level. On another level, another level. You had a herniated disc surgery. That kind of sounds. Um, I don't know, but I mean, just the name of it sounds similar to what, because it was the disc that they did the surgery on, and it was herniated. But the name of it is discectomy, not discectomy, but discectomy. When I had that, I thought it was demons too. I thought I was being possessed by a demon. Yeah, it feels like something. For me, it felt like a force was right on top of me, pushing me down, and also like going through me, but like pulling through my insides and going, woo, woo, like a weird, really low radiating sound. All the while, so terrified. From what I know, sleep paralysis is caused by you basically your brain and your consciousness waking up without your body waking up yet. So something is happening where you're wide awake. You know that you're not in a dream state anymore. That's the scary part. Like it's so real. Like I know for a fact I was awake, but yet my body was not able to wake up yet. So when you're in like deep REM sleep, you're paralyzed. You know, your body can't move. You might like start shaking and doing weird things in your sleep, but you can't move. You're like in a paralysis state. So when you jump out of that without waking up, your consciousness is awake. So you're like very aware of what's going on. You just can't move, and that's really scary. Oh, that you're only 19 and you're on your second one. The first one was in impinging both my nerves, but they only did surgery on one. They should have just done it both for you right there, so you didn't have to do it again. So I wonder what their thought process was. Maybe they thought if they got one of them out of there, then the other one would like kind of like balance back out. What's up? It's Annalise. Love my videos. Been vegan for 10 years now. Well, congrats on that. That's awesome. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions here. I'll be on for a little bit, a couple more minutes. Sleep paralysis. Yeah, it does have a name. Yeah, I've had some. I don't want to get into it right now because it's going to take me another hour. But I've got some other stories that I've talked about in other live streams where I've had some crazy weird things happen, and I've shared it with you guys. You know, a lot of times most of the time I didn't want to share it just because I thought people would think I was crazy or something. But um, you guys probably know I've talked about like weird paranormal and alien like encounters, that kind of weird things that people talk about that you're dealing with the pinched nerve sciatica. Yeah, if sciatica, if for sciatica, most people it will go away if you do like certain um, exercises. Uh, you can look them up online. There's a lot of exercises for sciatica. I would always sleep with one, like my right leg usually up. Um, that would give me a little bit of relief. I haven't had any pain since. There was a couple phantom pains at first, but then after that, it was like I've been good ever since. But if you have pain that won't go away no matter what you do, and it's been a while, then you might be a candidate for that microdiscectomy. And I was in and out, like I was in and out. I went home. I got up and walked out of there after I had back surgery. So I didn't. I was very careful. I didn't go back to work for a month, and things that I'm cognizant of now too is like posture. I think posture was a bad thing too, like having really bad posture while you're sitting at the computer. Like I always try to remember to have good posture when you're sitting down, and don't sit for too long. Like this is longer than I want to sit right now. Like especially when I'm working on the computer, I like try to only sit for half an hour to 45 minutes. Then I'll get up, walk around, come back, and finish what I'm doing. You don't want to be sitting for. We're not meant to be sitting for too long of a time. So if you have a job where, because my last job that I had, I was sitting when I was interviewing people. When I was driving, I was sitting. When I came home working on a computer, I was sitting. I was always sitting. So that was when I had the sciatica. There's, I think Dr. Greger talks a little bit about like the reasons why people bloat. And I think it has to do with your gut, your microbiome. Once you get certain things, certain foods can do it. And once you get, um, like, I don't know if a new microbiome, but like, um, new gut bacteria, you probably have the wrong gut bacteria that you probably have to like work on, so you're not always bloated. Because yeah, there's certain foods that would make me bloated too, and I hated it. But something that I like to do is I'll do like intermittent fasting where like I'm not, I don't normally, like sometimes I will, but I don't normally go like days fasting. But I will be like okay, like whatever time of night I stop eating, I don't eat again until like usually like I'll go to, I won't eat after a certain time, and I'll go to sleep. I'll wake up the next day. I don't For me, I don't always have breakfast. So like later on in the day, I'll go for, a good 12 to 15 hours sometimes without eating, and then I'll eat, my food after that. So I know that's not practical for everybody, but it works for me, and I feel like it keeps me less bloated and more, I don't know, more healthy, as far as my gut goes and everything. But there are videos out there that you can look up for, if you're vegan, and if you're getting bloated and stuff like that. Drink certain proteins powders that would do that to me. So I just try to remember what things do that and what things don't. But and if you're gonna eat like beans and stuff, make sure you wash them good. Wash all the, what is it, lycopene off of all of them, and that could also lead to bloating. So and there's different things that can, like, there's different like herbs and stuff that can reduce bloating. I forget what's good. Is it basil or cloves? There's something that, or oregano. Maybe it's oregano. I'm not sure on that though. But there are some good ones that'll help you with that. You can always also do like a juice, or even like a small water fast. I mean, you can look into it and do that. Even if you're doing it for like half a day or a day. Sometimes I will do that. And I probably will be doing this after the holidays anyway. Oh, your chat was frozen? Yeah, I don't think we froze up again yet. Indy's he's doing okay. He can't walk. But other than that, he's doing okay. He needs help when he walks. It's Annalise. Yeah, those are pretty much all the same things I eat as well. Is there anything that you put into your diet, or is there any of those foods that they may have changed the ingredients on? That's another thing that's annoying is when you have something, you like it, and then they go ahead and they change the ingredients. Watermelon would be good with, well, like celery, apple, lemon is a good one, I've heard. It doesn't taste bad either. Or if you could just go celery, or you could just like water or something. That's some of the advice my friend told me. But I need to make some more juices. I'm more of a smoothie guy. Banana smoothie, blueberries, cacao. Yeah, I would try to like start tracking what you're eating and see if maybe you added something that you don't remember or added something that you didn't normally eat. See if maybe you take one thing out at a time and see if that still does it. Just kind of like experiment with what you're eating and see if you can find out what exactly is doing it. Like if you can find a day that you're not being bloated, okay, what did you take out that day? Yeah, I mean, what are we even talking about? um, Cliff bars. Yeah, I haven't had a Cliff bar in a while. Is this Nirvana? Yeah, I actually just almost said that about the dog food. Yeah, my dogs have been vegan the entire time that I've had them, and or at least plant-based dogs, to be more technical about it. But the dog was the food that I always gave them, and they did change their formula earlier this year, and I had to stop feeding it to them because they smelled horrible. They were tooting left and right. It just so I changed it to Wild Earth, but I also make my own food for them, and so they get a one part the kibble and a little bit more parts. Let me just skip this for a second. I didn't even know I could do that. And then another part, the food that I send him. And I also give Indy the glucosamine chondroitin, and I've also given him the COQ10 red rice yeast. He seems, they seem to be doing okay. I was also giving him, everybody was saying, Galliprant is a good pain medicine. I was giving him that for at least a month. Got another bottle, and then I just noticed that like I don't know if it does anything at all. Like I feel like he's the same exactly if I don't give it to him. So I think I might save those in case I feel like he is going through a day where he seems like he might be in pain. I'll give him to him then. Because other than that, it seems like he's doing all right even without him. And again, I strongly don't think, like from what the vet told me, I don't think that it's more like an arthritis problem. I think it's a neurological problem, and I guess it's common in older dogs like German Shepherds like that. So it looks like it's neurological because his back foot, it buckles, and that's what she said is the deciding factor if it's arthritis or if it's the neurological one. Yeah, I totally understand that. I personally would not want to date somebody that was not vegan or would not want to go vegan. That just, like when I moved out of my parents' house and then I lived with, in apartments with friends and stuff like that. I've had friends that were vegan, then I've had friends that weren't vegan, and then finally when I bought my house, I was like, you know what? I own this. Like, I make the rules. Like, everything in my kitchen is vegan, and all my pots and pans and silverware, they're all vegan, and everything in my refrigerator is vegan. And I'll invite anybody over here. Everybody's welcome to come over here. But what they're not allowed to do is, hey, you can't bring anything in my house that's not vegan. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Like, you're not cooking anything here that's not vegan. You're not making anything in my pots and pans that aren't vegan. And I can do that because it's my house. So I would not want somebody that wasn't vegan to come over, pop open a thing of tuna fish, put some salmon on, ugh. Cynthia, hopefully some of this fresh homemade food will help Duke's cancer. Just greens and homemade food. I make homemade food. I just ran out of it today. I got to go to the store and get some more, but I always buy the ingredients and cook it up. They always have a big batch of homemade food. What I can do in the meantime is like cook up some sweet potatoes because they like that too. So if I don't have a homemade food batch made up, I cook up some sweet potatoes, let them cool off. They love that. They're super good for them. And they're super good for me too. So I might be like, bite for me, bite for you, buddy, And with that, I think I'm going to go. So it was nice talking to you guys tonight. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Have a great night either way. I'm glad to talk to everybody. And I'm going to go. So you know the drill. Stay safe and watch out for zombies. I'll see you guys next time.